Europe looked peaceful from the outside, but powerful nations were preparing for conflict. No one imagined what was about to happen. Then history changed forever. On June 28, 1914, one gunshot echoed across Europe. It targeted an heir to an empire. The moment lasted only seconds, but its consequences lasted for years. One nation declared war. Then another joined. Within days, alliances pulled countries into the conflict. Europe was now at war. Young soldiers believed the war would end quickly. They left home filled with hope. Families waved goodbye with smiles. They didn't know what awaited them. The excitement disappeared very quickly. The battlefield was unlike anything they imagined. The war had truly begun, and the world would never be the same. Soldiers entered a battlefield unlike any before. They lived underground for months. Mud, cold, and fear became their daily reality. The trenches became their new home. This was not the war people expected. Old tactics met new technology. Machine guns changed the battlefield forever. Every attack became more dangerous. Across France and Belgium, armies faced each other. Neither side could break through. Lines remained frozen for years. The world watched a brutal deadlock. One battle became a symbol of endurance. Verdun lasted for months. Thousands fought over the same ground. It became one of history's longest battles. Behind every battle were millions of lives. Families waited for letters from the front. Entire generations were changed forever. The war was becoming larger than anyone imagined. The battlefield was no longer limited to the ground. New machines entered the sky. Pilots became the new warriors. The age of air combat had begun. The oceans became another battlefield. Powerful ships guarded important routes. Navies fought for control of the seas. The conflict reached every corner of the world. While soldiers fought on the battlefield, millions worked behind the scenes. Factories produced weapons and supplies. The entire world became involved. Countries fought with more than weapons. They fought with words and ideas. Propaganda influenced millions of people. The battle for minds had begun. What was expected to last months continued for years. Armies became exhausted. Countries faced enormous challenges, and the world waited for an ending. One battle would become a symbol of sacrifice, change the course of the war. Thousands entered the battlefield. Like this. A new machine entered the battlefield. It moved through places soldiers could not. The tank changed military strategy forever. A new era of warfare had begun. By 1917, the war reached a turning point. A new power entered the conflict. American soldiers crossed the ocean. The balance of the war began to change. The war entered its final stage. Countries were exhausted after years of fighting. Resources were running low. The end was finally approaching. After 4 years, the fighting finally stopped. On November 11, 1918, silence returned. Soldiers lowered their weapons, but the world had changed forever. The guns became silent across Europe, but the damage was everywhere. Cities were changed forever, and millions faced a new reality. After the war, leaders gathered to decide the future. They wanted a lasting peace. New agreements were created, but new tensions were also born. The old world order disappeared. New countries appeared on the map. Empires that ruled for centuries collapsed. Europe was completely transformed. A generation carried the scars of war. Families remembered those they lost. Memorials were built around the world. Their stories would never be forgotten. World War I changed the modern world. It reshaped nations and societies. Its effects lasted for decades, and history still remembers its impact. The war was over, but its consequences had only begun. Entire economies struggled to recover. Millions searched for a new beginning. The world entered an uncertain future. Old empires disappeared from history. Several new nations emerged. Maps were redrawn across Europe. The political landscape was transformed. Every town remembered its heroes. Memorials stood in silent tribute. Families honored those who never returned. Their sacrifice would always be remembered. World War I changed military strategy forever. Technology advanced at an incredible pace. Countries learned difficult lessons, but peace remained fragile. The First World War had ended, but history was still moving forward. The choices made after the conflict shaped the future. and another chapter of history was waiting to begin. The war had finally ended, but the world was no longer the same. Old empires had disappeared forever. A new era had begun. Leaders searched for a lasting peace. They created a new international organization. It was called the League of Nations. It carried the hope of preventing another world war. The First World War changed every generation. It transformed politics, science, and society, are still studied today. The past continues to shape the present.
Every year, people pause to remember. They honor the courage and sacrifice of millions. History lives through memory, and remembrance keeps the lessons alive.
The First World War lasted more than 4 years. It reshaped nations and continues to teach the world, and its legacy will never be forgotten.
If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more true history and documentary stories. Comment the next topic you want us to cover. See you in the next documentary.